Welcome to Rockit Garage, and on the last episode of the XL or the LTD, whichever one you want to call it, we actually started tearing the car down and doing metal repair, fixing dents, filling holes, aligning panel gaps and stuff like that. And on this episode, we're going to be stripping and getting a lot of the parts in epoxy. Let's get to it. So you may notice something. Got myself some mics. Hopefully you guys can hear everything in the video a little bit better. I'm still playing with it, with the settings and everything, but hopefully it's better. So the first thing we're gonna discuss is the tools I use to actually strip a panel down, strip the whole car down without going to the sandblaster. And that is a 8-inch Mud Hog or DA. It's an orbital sander, it's just bigger than a 6-inch. I use 36 or 40. Both of those work really good. I might have got that one on Amazon. It's an Ingersoll Rand brand. I don't know where I got that one. I'll check. 6-inch DA to knock all the 36 grit scratches down just a little bit, a little bit more, because 36 is pretty aggressive. But I mean, you can prime over that, it's fine. But knocking it down a little bit saves you in the long run. I've done it both ways, doesn't matter. I'm rambling. 6-inch DA with 80 grit or 180, just to kind of knock the fuzz off. And then a roll-lock, 3-inch, 2-inch roll-lock, 36 grit or 60 grit, both work. And that's just gonna get all the cracks and crevices and everywhere you really need to. This car is essentially gonna be bare metal minus the firewall. I'm not gonna do that. Everything else is gonna get stripped to bare metal. We're gonna strip this panel down. All the holes have been welded up. The nose cone, headlight cone, whatever you want to call it, is actually pretty decent on this side. Let's just get to stripping and stop talking. That's what she said. That's real time. Now we'll time lapse it. We've got most of the panel stripped, and I forgot about this dent. Can you see it? This dent right here. Right there. I'm gonna hammer these out. Actually, you kind of see the crease on the body line. There's 2 dents here, and there's a dent here that I forgot about. We also decided that we're gonna delete the antenna, so we're gonna weld that up, fix those dents, get on to priming. Pretty good. Mainly what I want is this line back right here. If I can make that work. Actually, pretty solid. Probably fine with that. Taking the antenna off. That'll get gone. Now the one thing with a mud hog or something like an airfoil, it uses a lot of air, and my 60-gallon compressor keeps up, but it doesn't fill up. And I kind of lose some momentum after a few minutes. Still works, but an 80-gallon would probably be better. I'm gonna weld these holes up. I'll let that cool down, and then I'm gonna cut a piece and we'll fill this antenna hole. Before I cut that hole out, this fender's done. This door is ready. It's beautiful. Hammered and dollied all the dents, 36 grit, 80 on a DA, all the edges, that's ready. Same with this fender, got the front hammered out, DA'd, 36, all that good stuff, all the edges. This nose cone, completely reshaped, 36, DA'd. Hammered most of the dents out. I still want to work on that dent. Other than that, hood's ready. So I got all the edges cleaned with wax and grease remover. And we're just gonna tape a few edges up because I'm not wanting to get the epoxy or super build on the inside of the panels just yet. We're focusing only on the outside of the car. Once the outside is bodyworked, blocked, and ready for second primer, then we will do the rest of the car. Oh, almost. That's okay. I got more. You don't have to mask all this stuff up, but I'm trying to save some work down the road. All of these parts and the door are ready for primer, but it's been a few days and you can kind of see a little bit of flash rusting on a couple parts. It's not terrible. With the humidity here, it's very hard to strip it and wait, because unless you're in air conditioning and heat, it will flash rust. So we're gonna sand it, buzz everything up real quick, and wipe it down really good and epoxy it. Take our wax and grease remover, put it on the old shop towel. We're going to clean this off, do a once over. See all that? You don't want that still on the panel. You want to do a wipe on, wipe off method as best you can. Try not to let it all dry on there. And then we'll come back and wipe it again. Let's do this. It's a 1-to-1 right there. Nason brand full epoxy. We're gonna go to the 4. That looks like a lot. This is the activator. Right on. On the TDS, it actually says a 30-minute induction time for above 70 degrees, which induction time is the time to allow the reaction of these two chemicals to kick off before spraying it on the panel. Mixy, mixy, mixy. I'm probably gonna have to mix more, but I'd rather not mix too much because this stuff was expensive. This tack cloth is gonna get all the dust and dirt and whatever little contaminants are hanging out still. We washed all the panels twice and they came out pretty good the second time. Clean as they'll probably ever be. That door feels good. You see I'm wearing gloves. As soon as I started doing the wax and grease remover, you don't want to touch the metal anymore with your hands or your sweat or oils. We are trying to do the best job we can. That's the goal. Essentially, I'm just in a garage. I don't have air conditioning, heat. There's a door that's open. So if I can do it, you can do it. It has been 30 minutes.
Oh, we're gonna need more. This is the second coat, medium wet. We'll go a little slower. A little bit of fish eyes. That's weird. Let's check the filter. Not a whole lot of water in there. All right, that's 2 coats of full epoxy. Just like one notch too much. That's fine. Those look really good. Just a couple fish eyes over here. I must have water in the airline. Door looks awesome. It's got some dings and dents, but for the most part, got it pretty straight. We'll have to check into this, the fish eyes, once it's dry.
We're gonna end this video here. All these parts are in epoxy. I have to address and figure out why a couple spots fish-eyed. And just make sure that the substrate underneath is solid. I'm pretty sure I narrowed it down to my air system. I think the filter is just getting overwhelmed with all the water and moisture in the compressor. But we're gonna address that in the next video. I'm gonna keep going and try to get this stuff in polyester today. But for you guys, this is gonna be the end of the video, and the polyester body filler video will be the next one. I think it came out good. What do you guys think? As always, guys, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. If there's anything that you guys wanna see that I haven't shown you, let me know. Let's just get on with the next video. So I'm gonna start on that while you guys go do whatever you guys do when you're not watching my stuff, okay? All right.